Hello and welcome to Slowvember, day 11. Ooh, stack different sizes of buttons to make mini fall trees. I've never done this before, and I have made absolutely no plans for how to do this. So it's going to be a bit of an experiment. I'm pretty sure I've seen this sort of thing on Pinterest a long time ago and various other places. So I'm just going to dive in and give it a go. So I think what I'm going to need is some needles, and I've got some thin brown yarn here, cotton yarn, which is just a dollar store thing, which I think I can probably manage to squeeze through an eye of a needle. I might need to go for a bigger needle. We'll see. I have brown buttons, which hopefully I can create a trunk with, and I have lots of green buttons for the body of the tree. I have no idea if this is going to work. Let's give it a go. Before I start, I'll just grab my other hand sewing needles in case I need a larger-eyed needle. I had an 8-hour shift today, and then afterwards I went straight to Costco, so I didn't get home till 7:15 today. I did do 13,500 steps, which was very good. But it meant that by the time I'd eaten dinner and had a cup of tea and read a book for a while, it was 8:30 in the evening. This is going to be dodgy. I just remembered that I had misplaced a needle last night. When I was editing the video, I had seen it go. I couldn't find it last night. I just found it on the floor under my sewing table. Thankfully, I did not find it with my foot. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a piece of this thread. Now, I wonder if I should go like up through the buttons and then loop around and down through the buttons. That would seem to be a good idea, because then I can tie a knot at the bottom and maybe leave a loop at the top for hanging. Oh, well, that sounds sensible, doesn't it? Okay, see what I've got in here. We're just doing the tippy thing. So I just want small brown buttons for a trunk that are about the same size as each other. This is a nice one. Tomorrow I have an afternoon shift that's going into the evening. The day after that, I'm having a craft day with friends, and the theme is going to be making mini trees. Possibly. I mean, that could change. It might change, but at the moment, I think we're going to be making mini trees for December decor, as far as I know. So this will actually be a good practice run for making something out of buttons. You know what? I've got 5 the same there. I think that's going to be enough for my trunk. And they've got 2 holes, which is good. It's probably a good idea to have 2 holes. So let's see. I'll just start threading upwards without fastening anything off here. So I have a lot of buttons. If you've seen one of my recent videos, you'll have had a little tour through my button stash. But if ever you've made something with lots of buttons that used up a lot of random ones in a fun way, I'd love to hear about it, because I keep forgetting that I want to use them, not just have them sit in a little drawer forever. Okay, we're doing a tip. This could be noisy. Now, if I want to make a conical tree, then I want my biggest green buttons to be at the bottom and my smallest to be at the top. So I'll go up through that one, and then that one, or that one. I wonder if that one, those are pretty much the same. So for contrast, I'm going to use this one. That looks like it will work. So that is too similar in size. These are a good size, but it'd be nice to find something else. I don't think I'm going to get the full effect until I have done the other half of the threading. All right, let's go up through that one. Oh, which way around? Doesn't really matter. As I say, we're going to see just the edges mostly. And then maybe the one on the top can be smooth, unless I have an even smaller one than that. No, I think that's probably the smallest. I'll put that one in upside down. I seem to be having a bit of a technical difficulty tonight because my microphone switched off towards the end of my first clip, which is highly annoying. So what I thought I might do is try making a pink tree, maybe a blue tree, depending on whether I can find just the right colors that I like in the right sizes. I'm just going to thread myself up another piece of brown thread, which is not as easy as it sounds. All right, time for a big mess again. So there's my first one, the green one. I think I got that one quite well graduated. No big steps of size, and this button at the bottom is kind of chunky, but it's not too wide, so that's good. It's not too width as in diameter. It's not too wide for the base. This one, that blue button at the bottom, is a little bit big for that. I probably should have tried to find one that was maybe closer in size to the one above it. And I wish I'd had all turquoise ones. All of these are turquoise in the middle, but I have hardly any. Compared to the amount of blue buttons, I don't have a lot of turquoise. So the top one is blue and the bottom one is blue, and the rest are a blue-green. So that one's got a bit of a big base on it. But I think these are really fun. I can hang them on my Yule tree this year. And I'll show them to my friends this week when we have our craft day. So there are my 3 little tree ornaments. It's going to be a much more simple video today because, as I say, it's been a long day. I'm not even going to pick up the slow stitching for the last little bit today because I need to get this edited and up so that you guys can see it. But yeah, I think these are really pretty. And now I think what would be even more fun would be to make even tinier ones. If I could make even tinier ones and make them into earrings, I would absolutely love that. I think these are a little bit too chunky and heavy for that, but you could definitely make them with maybe just a couple of small there. You could definitely make them with a couple of small buttons for the trunk and maybe only 3 or 4 buttons, like that top part. Whoops. So if you took that top part there and ignored that bottom part there, if I had 5 teeny buttons like that and a teeny tiny trunk, I could make earrings out of that, right? Now I want to, but I really, really, really need to get moving so that I'm not going to bed at some ridiculously late hour. So it was really busy at work today, as you can imagine. It's the time of year when everyone's buying Christmas decorations and Christmas trees. So it was insanely busy. I was working on the floor, but anytime I got close to cash, I could see how busy it was, and I was having to jump on the second till. And I got called up a couple of times. And anytime I was on the floor, I was tidying Christmas things on shelves, but also every 2 seconds I was answering questions for people or directing them to what they were looking for. So it was a busy day. But it all went well anyway, so that's good. So I hope you enjoyed that little craft. Let me know if you decide to try it, or if you've got any other button crafts that you think I would enjoy, because I do have a lot of buttons. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.